Sorry about the internet connection issues.
No, we have you now. That's all that matters, and I want to know about this series. Let's get to the basics. What is the series about? We understand that it's now in its, shall we say, in the leg of the Kyalami stretch. But I want to know the series. What is it about? What does it feature? How many races? How many racers? And what is the prize money at stake?
So basically, SAES is a series, a racing series. It's an endurance series that has many supporting classes as well. We have the bikes riding with us this weekend. They've joined us since the beginning of this year, so they're always something exciting to see. We have other cars that are not necessarily GT cars. We have Silver Cup, who's also in partnership with us for this race. So Vodacom was also coming in with the family zone, which is exciting. So we're going to have lots of families at the track. Hopefully, young boys and girls that also feel inspired by the race and hopefully join us one day.
Awesome. I'm interested to find out about the balance that SEAS incorporates when we look at high performance racing and also building on community engagement as well. What do you do with regards to that?
Regarding that, we have a foundation called Africa Race Together, which we call it for short art. And in that foundation, we want to introduce children from underprivileged backgrounds or underrepresented backgrounds to also come to the race, see what it's all about, and hopefully that will motivate them and inspire them to see the race. So the balance of having the motorsport and the organization is to try drive the community and the younger youth to racing in many ways and not just to be the race car driver.
Liyema, walk us through the day on Saturday. What can we expect? It's called 4 hours of Kyalami. What can families expect and racing enthusiasts?
For racing enthusiasts, we start the day off very early at 8 o'clock with our supporting classes going up. So that's the bikes, those are the other classes like Silver Cup, which are coming with 50 cars. So it's always nice to see a full grid. And then the endurance race starts at 1 o'clock. And then that's the 4 hours of Kyalami.
And over the years, I mean, talk to us perhaps a little bit about the history of SAES. How has it grown or how has it changed since the first race?
Since the first race, I'd say that we have a lot more participation. We started off SAES with only 11 cars on the grid on a full-time basis. We now average about 30 cars per class. Our biggest class this time is Silver Cup, which is amazing because they are our new partner. But it's grown, and the way that we've also grown it is by social engagement. We have more social engagement. I will admit that endurance racing in South Africa was starting to look like an aging popularity. So I'm happy to see the younger kids as well racing and handling these cars the way that they do. So we have more younger youth drivers as well. We have a lot of more mechanics on the younger side as well. So it's constantly, for me, I love seeing the youth there, and the transition is constantly something that we look forward to seeing.
I love that. You mentioned earlier that there's going to be a Vodacom zone. Tell us some of the activities that families and kids can expect to see in that zone.
So in that zone, we've tried incorporating real racing, which is what you see when you're sitting in the balconies looking over the track,
Yeah.
and sim racing, which is something really cool because now you get to also sit back and experience and feel like the driver in the simulators are in the Kyalami track in a simulator that feels like a real car. So I think that that's what the Vodacom for you zone is gonna feel like. It's gonna be reality versus virtuality. So I'm so happy that people get to experience racing in a different way.
And just extending on that, when we look at the experience for the fans, is there any technological incorporations into the event that are going to enhance the fans' experience?
In this round, I think our new experience is the eSIM. We haven't had before any simulators, so that is our new experience. But besides that, we are working on ways to further grow things that the spectators can also enjoy and be involved in for the 9 hour coming up in November.
Liyema, tell us, how does it feel? I know the English there was off, but I want to know, how does it feel being in one of these fast cars, whether it's a GT, whether it's a bike, whether it's I am sure you have been in one of them, because as a representative you need to test the tracks yourself, I'm sure. But for those of us who've never been, tell us, how does it feel? Tell us about the tingles, the feelings being in those supercars.
Back in 2023, we used to have something called the hot lap, where racers would take spectators on the track for a very quick hot lap. And some used to come out vomiting, nervous still from what they've just experienced. But on my
Oh.
side, I'm an adrenaline junkie, so I don't really feel like much of but excitement. So I get excited every time I'm on the car in the car. I get excited. I'm just thrilled to see how they take the curves, the corners, and the way that everything and the background in the racing, how they have to handle the cars, the drivers themselves.
Mm. It sounds very exciting. We're talking about the Southern African Endurance Series and its return to the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit. It's happening this Saturday. Of course, this is in Johannesburg. Okay, so if you're in the Johannesburg area on the 26th of July, this coming Saturday, you're going to love it. Okay, Liyema is telling us all about it. Liyema Letlaka in her capacity as acting CEO of SAES. Okay, so this I've got to ask this now. You know, for the feminine collective who are like you, who are adrenaline junkies, who just love to accelerate and experience. Have you seen a growing audience with women who are, loving speed, who are loving, car racing, who are loving this kind of experience, as it were?
Yes, I am. I am, especially as well in the influencer space. I'm seeing more of females that are involved in speaking about motorsport. In terms of being involved in motorsport, there hasn't been much change, but we do have a few female drivers that are part of our series. Recently, I went to go see the karting side of motorsport, and there's a lot of little girls karting, which always makes me excited because that's where I started as well. And hopefully they'll stick with it and get to the circuit part of their careers.
Liyema, where can we get the tickets for this Saturday?
On our website, which is www.saes.com, there's our link there for our tickets, for VIP, general, and grid walk, and many other things that you can get for the day.
Okay, I think, look, if you're looking for an activity, this is the one. Liyema, thank you very much. All the best with the event on Saturday, and we'll see you on the racetrack.
Oh, thank you so much. Please do come if you guys have time.
Sure. You got Tebogo super excited there. So, yeah. All right, here we are. It is almost at 5:30. I always do this. It's a 3:30. Let's check in with sports.